Hello, and happy Sunday to all of my fabulous Scorpios. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. Happy disseminating moon, which really is a waning gibbous moon. We are fresh off of a full moon, so hopefully you all are feeling great. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Plus, we're going to talk about the number 70 on today. So let's get into it. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Scorpios as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions and spirituality, and where they need to take action. I'm talking to my focused, ambitious, faithful, loyal, brave, resourceful, passionate Scorpions. Yes, you, and you, God and goddesses. I'm talking to you, Scorpios. Yes, like I said, it's a waning gibbous moon. So we came off of a full moon, which supercharged everybody, right? And so for water signs, it's supercharging your emotions. Like everything is really heightened. Not only that, we have 4 planets that's retrograde, one of them being yours, which is Pluto, right? The planet of death, rebirth. So anything that, you could have been thinking about a person, you could have had a dream about a person, some visions about a person, place or thing or whatever, things could have really just kind of raised up in your spirit, right? In your spiritual house, meaning your body, your spirit. And so may want to just kind of sort of, like I said, you may have had some very powerful thoughts about some people, some places, or some things. And so if you feel like you need to declutter, yeah, your ruling planet Pluto will be retrograde until October 6th, so continue decluttering. Decluttering any fear, any doubt, any of that, right? Yep, here we go. Devil card just popped out. Yes. All right. So listen, Scorpios. Listen. This devil card simply means fear, doubt, addiction of some kind to a person, place, or thing, right? You all never do anything half effort, right? You're very intense signs, right? That can go either way, right? That can either vibrate high or vibrate low. So what I want you all to start doing is really learning how to balance out your energy. If there's any fear whatsoever, let's say for instance, you're entering into a new relationship and you have genuine, legitimate fears. Like maybe you've been bitten by snakes in the past. People have betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, did all kinds of shady, messy stuff to you in the past. When you're entering into a new relationship, you don't want to carry that fear over into a new relationship without at least talking to your potential partner about it. Just being completely open, saying, listen, some things have happened in the past. I'm a little nervous about this. Let's just take things a little slow, right? Let's just kind of just slow down, like ease into relationships, whether it's a professional relationship, romantic relationship, family, rekindling family relationships or whatever. Let's just take some things a little slow, right? Let's not just rush into everything, because fear is false evidence appearing real, but for some people it's very real. It is very real. So this is where you're going to really be gentle with yourselves. I'm also looking at the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to talk about this in just a second, right? I'm also looking at the Knight of Swords. I'm also looking at the Queen of Cups. Right. Yes. Emotions. We're also looking at the Magician card, which is Mercury, which is stationed direct right now. Mercury is the planet of communication. So messages are coming through to you all very clear about what your fears, your doubts, this is a time where you're like really facing your true emotions, Scorpio. And so this is a time to be really real with yourself. Like, what are you afraid of? Everybody has that one thing that they're afraid of. If you have not been able to fully communicate it, that's something you want to have a very real sit down talk with yourself and say, okay, what am I not communicating? My true fears, right? Am I sabotaging my relationships? Am I doing this? What am I doing? And plus, if you're in a relationship, let's say you're in a let's say you've reconnected with a family member. Let's just take romance out of it for just a second, because it's not always about romantic relationships. Let's just say you've been burned by a cousin, a family member or whatever. Somebody betrayed you real bad, in your family. And that person comes back around. They somehow enter the picture 10, 15, 20 years later. And they want to reconnect with you like nothing has ever happened, right? So you got to realize that when you, Scorpio, have been investing in your mental health and your wealth, it is okay to not just dive right into that reconnection, right? It's okay to have that conversation with the person like, yeah, what I remember, the feeling wasn't so great. Remember, you all have everybody beat when it comes to emotional intelligence, right? Aquarius has everybody beat when it comes to IQ. But Scorpio, when it comes to emotional intelligence, this is something that you all really want to tap into your divine masculine side, because you all are divine feminine by default. You don't want to keep nurturing those fears because they grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So what you want to do is address it head on. If you reconnect with this family member, for instance, from 10, 15, 20 years ago that burned you really, really bad, and you decided, okay, I'm never talking to this person again, but maybe that person worked on themselves, maybe you worked on yourself. And so if you're going to pursue it, you want to first listen to your intuition, because Scorpios, your intuition is always spot on, right? So not only is your intuition spot on, even for the things that you're not fully, it's like, okay, I know something is a little off about this, but I'm not really sure what it is. Okay, time to investigate. You all are great investigators. And so it may not be what you thought it was, right? So if you're going to ease back into a relationship with anybody, first you want to forgive yourself for maybe like, okay, deciding, okay, I'm going to burn that bridge for life. Like, forget that, depending on what the person did, because it really could have been a misunderstanding, right? But again, you don't want to let fear get in the way, right? Okay, so yes, so your fears and doubts are really coming to a head. Like everything, that's what the moon does. The moon governs our moods, our feelings, our subconscious habits. And so that's really important to really face your fears, whatever they are. It doesn't matter. And then also, because look, if not, the only thing you're doing is blocking your money. Is really blocking your money, right? And so it's easier to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to run away from certain things, right? I'm like race away from those things, and I'm only going to focus on my money, which is great. But everybody is capable of having a very healthy work-life balance, which is wonderful. So yes, like I said, the moon is disseminating, and this is where what that really means is that the intensity of the full moon is abating, right? And so it's going to give the illusion that it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller every single night. But what it really means is that you're going to avoid falling into a slump. You're not going to fall into, this sadness. Depression is is different, right? That's something, okay, you want to see a mental health professional about, and that's very, very real. But you don't want to fall into this slump where you're starting to feel like, am I ever going to be in a healthy relationship? Am I ever going to be in relationship, romantic, friendships, whatever? Am I ever going to find the right person? Am I ever going to connect with my true soul tribe? When you are completely balanced out, you have if you're interested in a romantic relationship, that's right there in front of you. If you're interested in a soul tribe, boom, that's right there in front of you. The great job right there. It doesn't have to be out of balance. Like you have all these great friends, great job, and for some reason you just can't find the right one to be in a romantic relationship with. That's available to everybody, but sometimes you just have to do the work. So yes, again, we have your ruling planet that's retrograde right now. We have Saturn that's retrograde, which is Aquarius and Capricorn ruling planet. That's encouraging everybody to focus on long-term goals, your money, your setting very clear boundaries, the whole 9 yards. Let's talk about the number 70 for just a second, because 70 is very, very important. Sometimes you all know on my channel I insert numbers. I always have a book and I always have numbers, right? So 70 is a vibration of change and silence. 70 is also means that you are an eccentric and also a natural loner, and you need to spend time in a place of serenity, preferably near nature. 70 comprises the highly intuitive number 7 and the 0 of divine protection. So again, 70 is a very, very powerful number. And as a numerologist, I've been studying numbers for so many years, just the shape of numbers. Mixed with the Pythagorean system, the theory and the system, so we know the shape of letters means something as well. So, and connected to numbers, and numbers don't lie. They really, really don't. So it's not even by coincidence. If you happen to be watching this channel and I'm talking about the number 70, and I've shared that with you, you could have been born in 1970. You could know somebody that's coming up on their 70th birthday. You could be 70 years old. You could be thinking about, I just saw the number 70. You could be thinking about the significance of the number 0, which is important, and how zero expands every number that it's behind. So numbers are extremely, extremely important in the big scheme of things. Just think, would you rather have $7 or $70? And you add another zero to a 700, and another zero, 7,000, and so on and so on and so forth. So zero is the God number. So if you have a number, like I said, 7 is a highly intuitive number, and add zero to it, boom, your intuition has skyrocketed. So again, this is a vibration, Scorpio, that you could really, really step into, because again, your intuition is extremely heightened. And I'm going to say this one more time, because this is also applies to this reading. Your focus right now should be on really balancing out your energy, your divine masculine to your divine feminine. If you were in a relationship with the divine masculine, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they bolted away from a situation and they're focused on their coins, then that was a sign for you to say, you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to get out of my fear. I'm going to balance out my own energy, and I'm going to focus on my money too. Because again, this is the time to get it. This right here during Saturn's retrograde is the time to get it. Not only that, you have Jupiter and Neptune that's retrograde. Jupiter and Neptune being retrograde, just in a nutshell, is simply encouraging everybody to dream bigger, go after your dreams, because the Jupiter being the largest planet is the planet of expansion, and that is good luck on your side. Hey, I mean, why not go after it, right? So you got to take cue from people around you. Like, instead of saying, oh, I would never be friends with this sign, I would never be friends with that sign, I would never be. No. Every single person on this planet adds value. I can't think of one person, and I'm serious, I'm not even kidding when I say this. I can't think of one person on this planet that I hate. Not one person. And not that things have not happened to me, but I can't think of one person that I hate, because I find value in every single person, every single experience that I come across. And so, but it takes raising your frequency. It really takes raising your frequency to see. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This person right here has ascended to their crown chakra, right? They have activated their crown chakra. They probably got near some water. See, this is water, right? You want to go near some water, and you want to see the value in every relationship, meaning that that person may not be the person for you to be in your soul tribe or reconnect with family members or in a love relationship, but what did you learn from that person? Did they tell you at some point, hey, Scorpio, you're leaving way too much money on the table, you need to get refocused, come out of your emotions a little bit, balance that thing out, start focusing on your coins, start taking action and focusing on your money? That's not a person that's, worthy of hate. Not at all. That's a person that said, oh, dropping golden nuggets, and then they headed on out, right? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you're going to have to ascend higher. Look at this. It keeps coming out in your cards to ascend higher. Ascend higher so that you can see what messages have been coming across your path. You all are way too highly intuitive to miss certain things. I'm serious, to really, really miss certain things. Some people have come across your path and say, hey, Scorpio, live a little, get out and dance, have fun. Some people have come across your path, Scorpio, to say, hey, focus on your coins, focus on your money, get your money, stop living in fear, and doubt of yourself, go out there and get it. And they rolled out. Some people have come across your path to say, hey, raise your frequency a little bit, cut some of those people out of your life, cut some of those naysayers, those people who seem like they're just energy vampires. They're around you to see what they can get. Okay, you have a high level position, and these certain people around you are just around you just to be connected to you, but are they really, really supportive of all areas of your life? You got to start listening to some people around you. Like, that's everybody. Here we have the moon card, right? Full moon. We just left the full moon. So there are going to be some things that's going to be falling by the wayside, like what? Your fear, doubt, all of those things. Right now, Scorpios should be focused on their money, vibrating high and focused on their money. No negative energy around you whatsoever, none whatsoever. We're talking about letting all negative energy within you and from around you fall by the wayside for good. No more tricky relationships with yourself. No more tricky relationships. No more dating fear. No more courting fear. No more courting doubt. No more courting any of that. Then we have your intuition becoming extremely heightened. This is where this is like a person who who has been taking lessons their whole life. You've been taking swimming lessons your whole life. Okay, now it's time to dive in the deep end, right? You know how to swim. Where's the fear? What's the fear? I'm gonna drown. You know how to hold your breath. You know how to pump air into your lungs. You know how to stay afloat. You know how to dive deep. You know how to do this already, right? Yes. So you have to break up with your fear. You have to break up with your doubt. Get around some real high vibrating people that's going to help you balance your energy out. It may feel uncomfortable at first, Scorpio, but when I tell you it's well worth it, it is very, very well worth it. It's very well worth it because, again, by default, you all are nurturers. You don't want to nurture your fear. Don't do that because the only person you're hurting is yourself, and it pushes people away because it's like it sends off a signal that says, okay, I'm scared. And everybody around you is receiving that signal of fear, and it's also contaminating them, and then vice versa, which is very different than a person who says, listen, they come right out and say it. Hey, listen, I'm scared. Listen, hey, I've been in love before. I've been bitten a couple of times. I'm scared moving into this one. And even if you say to them, hey, it's going to be okay, I'm not going to hurt you, give them their time to just kind of sort of ease into situations and let you know, just communicate the whole 9 yards. Again, balancing out your own energy. Because if that person was brave enough to get it out and say it, then receive it in the spirit that it was intended. And again, be focused on your money. You're looking for new windows of opportunity when it comes to money. Again, this is how I know some of you all are starting to tap into your divine masculine sign, whether you came across a divine masculine sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or you pulled your own full birth chart and you said, okay, I'm getting ready to read my full birth chart. I'm going to really get into understanding the divine masculine side of myself, and I'm getting ready to start taking action in some areas. The first order of business is to get rid of all fear. That's action, right? And I'm also going to protect my energy, right? This is no bitterness, no nothing. I'm going to protect my energy, right? This is air energy. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Some of you all have that in your chart, and you're now opening up that door to that room in your spiritual house, and you're like, okay, I'm going to start really protecting my energy. Before I go all in, dive in, right? Because you all are fixed signs, which is great. That's you, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo are all fixed signs, right? But you're going to get fixated on making sure you protect your energy. Your yeses are yes, your nos are nos, right? You're going to slow down and you're going to ease into some situations, and you're going to really start focusing on learning more about yourself before you just dive right on in. Yes. Let's focus on them coins. Focusing on getting rid of all fear, doubt, addiction to people, places, and things. Yes, working on forgiving yourselves for not balancing out your energy sooner. But guess what, Scorpio? Now that you know better, you're doing what? Doing better. Here we have drinking herbal tea. Now, all the special antioxidants. Now, okay, I'm not trying to tell people to stop drinking coffee at all, but caffeine is a drug, and I'm just going to say that, right? But all the the antioxidants and all the benefits of drinking herbal tea, I'm going to let y'all look it up, okay? Yes. Just dropping some more golden nuggets. That's what I have for you, Scorpios. Have a fantastic day. But then again, I know you will, because that's the intention you set. Just know that there's no reason for you to fall into any kind of slump whatsoever. That full moon affects everybody. And for you, because you're a water sign, it affects your emotions even more and more. So that full moon has gone into like the deepest, darkest crevices of your spiritual house and brought out some things in you that says, hey, what am I afraid of? What do I need to get rid of? That's why this card came out, Scorpio, because there's some fear that you need to rise above that fear and be like, okay, see things for what it really is. I want to say see it from an aerial view, but it's so much deeper than seeing it from an aerial view. It is like it's seeing it from a God level of clarity. That's what I have for you, Scorpios. Have a fantastic Sunday. Bye.